Throughout history, military forces have developed some of the most powerful and terrifying weapons imaginable. But not all of them stood the test of time. Many were deemed too dangerous, too inhumane, or too unpredictable. In today's video, we're diving into 5 infamous military weapons that were banned, and what happened after they disappeared from the battlefield. 1. Poison gas, chemical weapons. Those images thrust chemical weapons back into the public eye, helping advance negotiations for the Chemical Weapons Convention, banning their production and use in war. In 1993, several countries signed, but since then, there have been many incidents of chemical weapons use. Let's start with a weapon that wreaked havoc during World War I. Poison gas. Chlorine, mustard gas, and other deadly chemicals were unleashed on unsuspecting soldiers, causing gruesome injuries and deaths. The sheer horror of these attacks led to international outcry. In 1925, the Geneva Protocol was signed, banning the use of chemical weapons in warfare. But here's the twist. While the use was banned, the production and stockpiling weren't fully prohibited until much later, under the Chemical Weapons Convention of 1993. Despite the ban, some nations secretly continued to develop chemical weapons, leading to modern-day controversies and international tensions. Flamethrower.
Don't shoot! Let him burn!
The flamethrower, one of the most terrifying weapons of World War II. It was designed to flush out enemy soldiers from bunkers and trenches with a searing wave of fire. But the weapon was as dangerous to its user as it was to the enemy, with flamethrower operators often being prime targets. After the war, the use of flamethrowers was heavily criticized for its brutality. While not outright banned by any major treaty, most modern militaries phased them out due to their horrific effects and the development of more precise weaponry. The last recorded military use of flamethrowers was by the United States in the Vietnam War. Burned skin required meticulous care and could result in permanent scarring or disfigurement. The psychological scars, however, were harder to heal. Nightmares, flashbacks, and the haunting memories of the attack destroyed the victim's mental health. 3rd. Landmines. Landmines, simple yet devastatingly effective. These explosive devices have been used in almost every major conflict since World War II. This is M16, anti-personnel landmine. Due to the wedge shape of the trigger, the release pin pushes outwards when pressure is applied to the pressure prongs. The striker is released and strikes the primer, which ignites a delay element. The purpose of this delay is to allow the victim to move off the top of the mine. After the delay has burnt through, the igniter charge ignites the propelling charge, which raises the mine's inner iron body into the air while leaving the steel outer sleeve behind. The mine rises to a height of 0.3 to 1.7 meters before one or both of the pyrotechnic delays triggers the detonator, which detonates the mine's main charge. The main charge explodes and sprays high-speed metal fragments 360 degrees around the point of detonation. The problem? They don't go away when the war ends. Long after the fighting stops, landmines continue to kill and maim civilians. In response to the ongoing civilian casualties, the Ottawa Treaty was established in 1997, banning the use, production, and stockpiling of anti-personnel landmines. However, some of the world's most powerful nations, including the United States, Russia, and China, have not signed the treaty, citing security concerns. To this day, millions of landmines remain buried across the globe, posing a deadly risk to innocent lives. 4th. Cluster bombs. Cluster bombs, designed to scatter multiple explosive submunitions over a wide area. While effective in targeting large enemy forces, the danger lies in the fact that many of these submunitions fail to detonate on impact, effectively turning them into landmines that can explode long after the battle is over. Cluster bombs can be dropped from an aircraft. They open in mid-air, dispensing hundreds of submunitions or bomblets over an area roughly the size of a football field and causing immense destruction. The submunitions often fail to explode on impact, and thus pose a serious threat to civilian populations, especially children. Recognizing the long-term danger they pose to civilians, the Convention on Cluster Munitions was adopted in 2008, banning their use, production, and transfer. Despite this, some countries, including the United States, Russia, and Israel, have refused to sign the convention, citing their military utility. The debate over cluster bombs continues, with advocates pushing for a worldwide ban and greater efforts to clear affected areas. 5. Biological weapons. Last on our list, so there you have it. 5 military weapons so dangerous and inhumane that the world decided they had to be banned. But as we've seen, banning these weapons hasn't completely eliminated their threat. Whether through secret development or leftover stockpiles, the legacy of these banned weapons continues to shape modern warfare and international relations. What do you think? Should more be done to enforce these bans? Or are there situations where these weapons might still have a place on the battlefield? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into military history and technology. That's it for today. Check out our next video and join us on ArmyZone Official for more deep dives into military tech, history, and a little bit of humor to lighten the load.